This video will introduce the process of making a referral to ADR-LINK and review how to introduce a family to ADR services. Please see program-specific videos for an in-depth look at what each stream of service involves and how to determine what service is most appropriate for the family you are working with.
As we forge forward and continue working with Indigenous nations, we want to first acknowledge, respect, and recognize the deep connection and historical relationship Indigenous peoples and the land we share. With support, accountability, and much respect to the following traditional homelands and territories of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe or Chippewa Nation, Haudenosaunee, people of the Iroquois, which includes the United Nations, Lenape, also known as the Delaware, and the Attawandaron, also known as the Neutral, the Wyandot, also known as the Huron. There are 11 First Nation communities in the region of southwestern Ontario and over 120 First Nations in all of Ontario.
This series of training videos was produced in 2022 by a team of practitioners and administration with input from referral sources. ADR-LINK is administered through the London Family Court Clinic, also known as LFCC. LFCC has provided services to the public for both family and criminal court-related issues since 1974. We have worked with many community partners over the years, including federal and provincial ministries and numerous private funding sources. We are proud of our commitment to excellence and the positive impact we have had within our local community and internationally. ADR for the southwestern region of Ontario has been administered through LFCC since 2006. During this time, we have collaborated with 8 Children's Aid Societies, CAS, and 11 First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, FNMI, communities to make services more available to those that need them. ADR Services encourages families and Children's Aid Societies to work to identify worries and concerns and find resolutions that improve outcomes for children. The stakes could not be higher for the families we work with, and the team approach, which includes families, including children 12 and over, Children's Aid Societies, or other referral sources, the Office of the Children's Lawyer, OCL, and ADR practitioners. This ensures all voices are heard and respected during planning stages. As CAS workers, you have an obligation to consider ADR as a service available to the families you work with if you determine the case may result in court involvement or is currently scheduled for court. Generally speaking, ADR is less intimidating and less formal than court proceedings. It is faster, objective, and more inclusive, resulting in a better understanding of the worries and concerns. ADR helps to identify strengths of the family and the relationships that are important to the children. When working with a family that you would like to refer to ADR-LINK, consider the following. 1. Introduce the option for ADR as early as possible for best results. You could say to your clients, "We would all like to get solutions and good care as soon as possible. Here is an option that is inclusive, impartial, and faster." These services help everyone to focus on the best interest of the child or children. 2. Provide the family and caregivers with the information needed to get their commitment. You could say to your clients, "This is voluntary, objective, and is provided by ADR practitioners who are not employed by or paid by CAS. Everyone that has an interest in the care of your children may be heard as we work towards a plan." 3. Review the methods of service utilizing the resources below. ADRlink.ca has descriptions of each of the methods of service delivery. Provide them with brochures available from ADR-LINK or download from the website's resource page. Many practitioners use the chart seen here to help describe what's involved at each step of the process. Help the family determine the choice for the method that suits their circumstances best. 4. Introduce the Office of the Children's Lawyer role, also known as OCL. You could say to your clients, a referral to ADR means your child or children may have legal counsel assigned to them to ensure there is an impartial voice at the table representing them. This is free of charge, and assignment of these services is at the discretion of OCL. 5. Complete the OCL notification and consent with the caregivers. Include permission for ADR practitioners and CAS and OCL to speak as needed. 6. If anyone in the family identifies as First Nations, Métis, or Inuit, also referred to as FNMI, you must review with them the Indigenous Approach Method of ADR, also referred to as IADR. You could say to your clients, you can access service by a person who is trained in Indigenous approaches and often is a member of an Indigenous community. As a member of your community, we are obligated to let them know they have been referred to ADR. If they select this method, you must identify and advise an FNMI community representative that a referral has been made to ADR/IADR. 7. Confirm their consent to make the referral to ADR to assign a practitioner. Each participating family member or caregiver, including children 12 and older, must provide written consent. You could say to your clients, ADR-LINK service is set up by LFCC, a community service agency that matches families to practitioners, and we need your permission to start this process. You will be contacted by an ADR-LINK practitioner to begin working with them. They will identify themselves as an ADR practitioner. All referrals are held in strict confidence. After confirming the family is willing to participate in an ADR service and consents to their information being shared with ADR-LINK and the ADR practitioner, complete the ADR referral form and provide as much detail as possible. Send the completed Office of the Children's Lawyer notification to the Office of the Children's Lawyer via fax to 416-314-8050 or email ocllegaldocuments@ontario.ca. Send the completed ADR referral form, all signed consents, the Office of the Children's Lawyer notification form, and proof that it has been faxed to the Office of the Children's Lawyer, to adr-link@lfcc.on.ca, or fax the documents to 519-679-4234. After ADR-LINK receives your referral package, we will confirm that all required documents are completed and follow up if necessary. Assign your case to an appropriate ADR practitioner to work with you and the family. You or the family may request a specific practitioner, however, it may not be possible due to the volume of work or if there's a conflict of interest. Confirm via email the case has been assigned. The referring CAS worker, their supervisor, and the practitioner will all be CC'd on this email. In some cases, there are other staff that are also included on this confirmation of assignment, depending on instruction from the referral source. For example, CAS legal personnel or CAS clerks. Let's talk about the role of the ADR practitioner. The ADR practitioner will reach out to the CAS or FNMI referral source to begin the process. They require permission and consent from all parties to work with them. The first round of consents is only to make the referral to ADR-LINK. The practitioner will arrange meetings with the referral source, families, and, if assigned, the OCL, to complete the work as assigned. These meetings may occur in person or virtually. Once the case has been closed, the practitioner will create a final report and provide it to the referral source and other participants. The practitioner provides all relevant documentation to ADR-LINK for long-term storage. At the closure of a case, the referral source, the family participants, and the practitioner receive an invitation to offer feedback to ADR-LINK on the services provided through online surveys. ADR practitioners are independent consultants, not employees of a CAS office or LFCC. They may request support for some expenses. For example, travel, hospitality, or childcare to make it easier for families to engage in the services. Families that require services in languages other than English will be provided an interpreter. All services may be offered both in person and online, as determined by the practitioners and family. COVID, as well as travel considerations, are influencing factors in decision-making about this. All family group conferencing practitioners are rostered by the George Hull Center. Membership in good standing is required. All child protection mediator practitioners are rostered by the Ontario Association of Family Mediation. Membership in good standing is required. All Indigenous approach practitioners require approval from their community representatives and completion of training in this method. Standardized certification and training is currently under review. Practitioners are required to provide satisfactory vulnerable sector checks regularly to ADR-LINK and maintain sufficient insurance. ADR-LINK is committed to providing professional development opportunities to practitioners as they are identified and available. A family may access ADR services more than once. Often, a group can resolve only some of the issues they are facing, and then, at a later date, feel ready for more progress. Re-referring is perfectly acceptable in this program, either for the same type of service or to try a different method. ADR is a service that is available across the province, and we meet regularly with representatives of all referral sources, provincial groups, practitioners, and funders to ensure services are consistent, fair, and meet or exceed the standards of practice. We welcome feedback and suggestions at any time from any person involved in the services provided. Surveys are found on the ADR-LINK website resources page. The ADR-LINK.ca website provides access to the ministry directives that govern the service delivery, practitioners' bios, program forms, surveys for feedback, and of course, program overviews and links to all videos designed to give you a more in-depth review of each service method. ADR-LINK, as a part of the London Family Court Clinic, subscribes to the standards of practice regarding inclusion, equity, cultural humility, and diversity as outlined in LFCC's policies and procedures. ADR-LINK files are stored within LFCC's Case Data Management Program and are accessed by LFCC staff only on a need-to-know basis. Thank you for your interest in ADR, and we look forward to working together. Learn more about ADR at www.adrlink.ca or contact us at adrlink@lfcc.on.ca.